In this video, we're going to explore 10 of the most powerful builds in Cyberpunk 2077. What's up, everyone? Big Dan here. I make videos about RPGs, and today I'm going to show you a bunch of different builds catering to a variety of playstyles, including hacking, melee, stealth, and more. I'll tell you the main attributes to invest in, perks to buy, weapons to wield, and cyberware to install to get your build poppin'. My goal was to make these builds flexible so that you can invest into other areas of interest to craft your favorite playstyle. So without further ado, let's buckle up, grab some iced coffee, and dive into the video. Number 1, the Lucy build. Want to build V like a top-tier Netrunner and all-around baddie? Then this build is for you. It's going to focus heavily on quick hacking and monowire melee attacks, just like our waifu Lucy. Let's start out with our stats. We'll want to lean into intelligence for this galaxy brain loadout, as that is the most important attribute for any quick hacking build. We'll also invest heavily into technical ability so that we can maximize our cyberware. Our central perks will be from the intelligence tree, with overclock being the creme de la creme. This essentially acts as an ultimate ability that greatly boosts your quick hack damage, RAM recovery rate, and even allows you to cast quick hacks when your RAM is depleted. Some other important perks are embedded exploit and hack queue, the latter of which allows you to launch multiple quick hacks at once. We can boost our monowire synergy by picking up the Siphon perk, which allows us to recover RAM while attacking with monowire. We'll also want to unlock Finisher Livewire in the intelligence tree, as well as the Jailbreak and Data Tunneling perks in the Relic tree if you have the Phantom Liberty DLC. From the tech ability tree, we'll want to pick up License to Chrome, which is useful for pretty much every build in this game. For cyberware, we're obviously going to want Lucy's signature monowire for our melee attacks. It's also helpful to install Chrome that boosts our quick hacking capabilities, such as RAM Reallocator, X-Disk, and Memory Boost. So what about our Cyberdeck? The best in slot option from a quick hacking perspective is the Tetratronic Rippler Mark V. This deck has the highest base RAM in the game and gives us massive damage boosts to our combat quick hacks. If you want to focus more heavily on your monowire attacks, then another option is the Militech Paraline, which provides some bonus electrical damage to monowires along with some other bonuses. Your other weapons and stats are flexible, as we'll get most of our mileage from the quick hacks and monowire. And to complete the build with some fashion, we're going to use Edgerunner's Lucy's Outfit mod, which you can download from Nexus. Number 2, the David Martinez build. If you want to be built different like the protagonist of Edgerunners, then pay attention because I've got the build for you. This one will focus heavily on the Sandevistan, melee, and shotguns. We'll primarily want to focus on body and technical ability for the attributes. In body, we'll pick up pretty much every perk on the left and center sides of this skill tree. Painkiller, Adrenaline Rush, Pain to Gain, Die, Spontaneous Obliteration, and Rip and Tear. License to Chrome from the tech ability tree is also an essential one to get. By far the most important part of this build is David's signature Sandevistan. For the early game, you can use the Dynalar Sandevistan, but later on you'll want to get his best in slot Sandy, which is the Militech Apogee. This one slows down time by 85% while providing a significant boost to headshot damage, crit rate, and crit damage. During the Edgerunners anime, we can also see David utilizing Gorilla Arms and the projectile launcher, so you can mix and match whichever one you prefer. Other essential cyberware upgrades are the Blood Pump for HP regeneration, Adrenaline Converter to buff our movement speed, plus anything that will boost our overall armor. As for weapons, we only see David use or talk about a few different guns in the show. His starter weapon is a basic Lexington pistol, but he later talks about how this weapon is garbage and he prefers a DB2 Satura shotgun. So you can pick up Brick's custom Satura shotgun from the Phantom Liberty DLC to round out this build if you don't want to strictly stick to melee. But our primary method of attack will be activating the Sandy and beating the hell out of goons with our thermal gorilla arms. Number 3, Ninja Assassin. Assassin's Creed Shadows may have been a massive disappointment, but thankfully we can still live out the fantasy of being a stealthy shinobi in Cyberpunk 2077 with this Ninja Assassin build. We'll primarily focus on our cool and reflexes attributes, as well as throwing knives, mantis blades, and melee takedowns. In the reflexes tree, you'll want to max out both dash abilities. We'll also get the lead and steel and finisher Blade Runner perks. In the cool tree, we'll want to max out ninjutsu, which will allow us to move a lot faster in stealth, including being able to sprint crouch, which is pretty cool. We'll also get the Scorpion Sting and Juggler perks. In the relic tree, we'll get jailbreak and spatial mapping for our Mantis blades and emergency cloaking for optical camo. In our gadget slot, we'll want to pick up some optical camo so we can sneak around Night City like Harry Potter draped in his invisibility cloak. Mantis blades will also be a useful pickup for our cyberware. This build will focus on sneaking around in the shadows and wasting gonks with melee or Mantis blade takedowns. From a distance, we can neutralize fools with throwing knives or jump on them from above for a hidden dragon takedown. The rest of this build is pretty flexible. One nice weapon you may want to pick up is Alex's iconic silenced handgun called Her Majesty, which she gives you during the main story of Phantom Liberty. Number 4, the Johnny Silverhand Special. This gunslinging build will allow you to dominate Night City like a Wild West Ranger. Cool will be the primary stat we build for, as we can boost our handgun damage and unlock some Kino abilities for our pistol. Deadeye and Focus will be the main abilities we want to unlock. Deadeye dramatically increases weak point damage for handguns and reduces bullet spread. Focus will also boost headshot and weak point damage for your pistols and snipers, though we won't really be using the latter for this build. To bring this whole build together, you'll want to get your hands on Johnny's signature Malorian Arms handgun, which you can get during the quest Chippin' In, where you and Rogue storm the Ebonica in search of Atom Smasher. V will be able to snag this gun from Grayson at the end of the quest. If you want some other cool handguns for this build, I recommend getting your hands on the craftable gun Comrade's Hammer or Archangel, which you get from Carrie after the Samurai Reunion concert. The rest of this build is incredibly flexible, as you don't need much investment for handgun builds. Personally, I would also spec into intelligence for some smart gun synergy and spot quick hacking. Number 5, Fire Samurai. This build places a heavy focus on katanas with an emphasis on reflexes and body attributes. Utilizing speed and courage in battle, the Fire Samurai darts across the arena, lighting enemies on fire with the signature thermal katana. Our most important perks come from the reflexes skill tree, so we'll want to pump points into that category as fast as possible. These are the essential perks you want to pick up. Lead and Steel allows you to block incoming projectiles with your sword, and Bullet Deflect will even knock them back at your enemies. Finisher Blade Runner is great for stylistically taking down opponents, and I also recommend Dash and Air Dash for increased mobility. Survivability is also essential for any melee build, since you'll be taking lots of gunfire while closing distance with enemies. So we'll definitely want to boost our body attributes for more HP, and I also recommend putting points into technical ability so you can maximize your cyberware. Adrenaline Rush is a great perk to take here. It boosts HP and HP regeneration, and at 3rd level provides a temporary HP boost in the form of adrenaline. If you want to do a fully melee build and have the flexibility to use blunt weapons like hammers as well, then you can pick up the Wrecking Ball and Quake abilities. For technical ability, I recommend maxing out the License to Chrome perk, which will expand the amount of cyberware we can install. So let's talk about cyberware. This build is a sort of dealer's choice, so the cyberware options are flexible depending on what you want to play around with. But I definitely recommend anything that boosts your armor, such as Parabellum or Subdermal Armor, considering you'll be bringing a sword to a gunfight. For your operating system, I recommend picking up one of the Berserks. When activated, you become temporarily invulnerable to damage, as well as boosting your melee damage, stamina, and attack speed. Your best in slot will be the Militech Berserk. The final and most important part of this build is the weapon, Arata, the Thermal Katana, which you can pick up early in Act 2. You can find the katana in the same warehouse where you and Judy rescue Evelyn Parker during the quest Disaster Piece. The katana is sitting in a furnace in the basement of the facility. All in all, the Fire Samurai build is incredibly fun to play, especially with the flashy finisher animations. Number 6, the Atom Smasher build. If you want to tear through Night City just like Arasaka's #1 goon, then this build is for you. We're going to heavily invest into body, reflexes, and technical ability to max out our tankiness and chrome capacity. In the body tree, we'll want to select the perks Die, 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 Adrenaline Rush, Spontaneous Obliteration, and Onslaught. In the tech ability tree, License to Chrome is an essential perk for this build. Pyromania will be useful for our projector launcher cyberware, and in the reflexes tree we'll want to pick up dash and air dash. For cyberware, we're going to be stacking as much chrome as we can to go full Borg Beast mode. Subdermal armor, heal on kill, blood pump, and self-ice are all great options. We'll want to get the projectile launcher for our armed cyberware, and round out our operating system with the Militech Apogee Sandevistan. We can also acquire the blueprint for Atom Smasher's unique smart shotgun, but unfortunately we can only get this at the very end of the game. Spoilers incoming, by the way, if you haven't finished the game yet. To acquire Atom Smasher's shotgun, loot the key from Smasher after defeating him in the final boss fight, complete the ending, and then select the option to do one more gig after rolling credits. This will drop you right back to the point of no return before you meet Hanako at Embers, but you'll keep some of the unique gear that you looted during the final mission, including that key you picked up from Smasher. At this point, return to the Ebonica docks in Northside Watson, and use the key to access Atom Smasher's secret room at the top of the Ebonica boat. Here you will find a crafting blueprint for Atom Smasher's unique smart shotgun, which shoots multiple explosive projectiles that home and lock onto your enemies. Number 7, Assault Specialist. This build will focus on ARs and SMGs to provide maximum bullet hell firepower. We'll invest most of our attribute points into reflexes and intelligence for some smart weapon synergy. We can also dip into tech ability to build out our cyberware capacity if we want to. In the reflexes tree, we'll want to pick up Ready, Rested, Reloaded, and Sharpshooter. We can also get Submachine Fun and Salt in the Wound at max reflexes. For Smart Gun Synergy, we can get Acquisition Specialist and Target Lock Transfer. As for weapons, one of my favorite weapons is the Yinlong SMG, which creates explosive electrical damage. Psalm 11.6 is another one of my favorite ARs in this game, as it creates burn damage upon contact. Divided We Stand is an awesome AR that we can get from winning the shooting competition during the side quest Stadium Love. Its rounds have a chance to poison enemies, which is pretty sick. Another great option is Rosalind's Hawk Rifle that you'll pick up early in the Phantom Liberty DLC. Number 8, the Songbird build. Phantom Liberty introduced some cool new gadgets and characters to Cyberpunk 2077, and it gave us a unique way to play as a Netrunner by utilizing the Blackwall, just like our homegirl Songbird. However, in order to bring this build together, we will need to betray her during the main story of Phantom Liberty. Spoilers incoming, by the way. If you side with Reed during the Firestarter mission, Songbird will go on a rampage, get captured, then go on to another rampage before ending up in a secret underground Militech facility. During this mission, as you bob and weave to avoid killer robots, you can come across a crafting blueprint for the Militech Canto, aka the Blackwall Cyberdeck. After completing the mission, bring this blueprint to the Netrunner merchant Yoko in the Kabuki market, and you'll be able to craft this unique cyberdeck. This will give you access to the Blackwall Gateway Quick Hack, which is one of the most devastating hacks in the game. For the rest of this build, we'll obviously want to focus on intelligence to maximize our quick hacking capabilities. So let's go over the perks. Hack Q allows us to upload multiple quick hacks against a single enemy, plus boost our RAM. Q Hack Root and Feedback Loop are great passives that reduce quick hack costs and increase RAM regeneration rate. Same goes for Proximate Propagation. Overclock is our ultimate ability, which temporarily slows time, buffs our damage and recovery rate, and allows us to do additional quick hacks even when we run out of RAM. This is stupidly powerful. I also recommend Encryption, Power Surge, and System Overwhelm from this tree. Any other perks from Intelligence are nice to have, but lower priority. In the Technical Ability tree, we'll want to max out License to Chrome. This will allow us to get as much cyberware as we could ever want for V. Ticking Time Bomb is also a great add-on to your Overclock ability. It creates an EMP blast when you use Overclock, which stuns and damages any enemy caught in the blast. You will need 20 in Technical Ability to unlock this perk, though. Edge Runner is an optional perk that allows you to exceed your cyberware limits. It's nice to have, but not strictly necessary for the Songbird build. After that, you can invest the rest of your attribute and perk points however you see fit. For cyberware, the things you'll want to be looking for is anything that increases your RAM and armor. For RAM, Memory Boost and X-Dist are great upgrades to your frontal cortex. RAM Reallocator is also fantastic for regenerating your RAM more quickly. And if you can't afford those at the moment, you can also pick up a basic RAM boost. For armor, you seek out items like Parabellum, Bionic Joints, and Subdermal Armor. I also like to pick up Reinforced Tendons for that sweet double jump. Number 9, Fists of Fury. Tell them gonks to catch these hands with this all-out unarmed melee build. We're going to pour it all into body and technical ability to max out our blunt damage and chrome capacity. Some key perks we'll want to get are Adrenaline Rush and License to Chrome. We can also get the Quake and Wrecking Ball abilities for added carnage. For cyberware, we'll obviously want to pick up some Gorilla Arms. Personally, I like the thermal variant for some added burn damage. And we can round out things with a Berserk operating system, with the best in slot option being the Militech Berserk. This bad boy makes you temporarily invulnerable to damage while providing a massive damage boost to melee weapons, which will make you an unstoppable punching machine. Number 10, Tech Sniper. Finally, we gotta round things out with a long-range build. To get our sniper build going, we're going to invest heavily into tech ability and cool. In the tech ability tree, we'll want to get the bolt ability, which increases charge speed and damage with tech weapons. Fully charged shots will have increased damage and cover penetration as well. In the cool tree, we'll want to get the focus ability, which boosts headshot and weak point damage for sniper rifles. Overwatch is a great sniper rifle that we will get from Pan Am during the main story, and we'll also get a great tech precision rifle from her called Widowmaker, which we can use for closer range combat, and the Tsunami Resetsu, which we'll get during the main story of Phantom Liberty while infiltrating the Black Sapphire for a bit of a party. Now, I will say that even if you want to do a full sniper build, I do recommend speccing for some backup weapon options, as there are some really close quarters indoor combat scenarios you'll have to tackle. So it's a good idea to have some secondary weapons like shotguns or SMGs for those types of missions. So there you have it. We've explored 10 different ways to build your character for a unique playstyle in Cyberpunk 2077. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Cyberpunk and RPG videos. Big shout out to all the channel members for supporting my content. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.